I am tired of white Americans being told that they should feel like strangers in their own country. And I'm saying that as an immigrant. I'm here visiting the graves of my brothers that I served with, most of them Caucasian, who gave their lives for freedom, to liberate those who were truly oppressed. Now, according to Gene Wu, a Texas state rep from Houston, that makes me wrong.
The day the Latino, African American, Asian, and other communities realize that they share the same oppressor is the day we start winning. Because we are the majority in this country now. We have the ability to take over this country.
Wait, did you hear that? That word, oppressor? That wasn't an accident. That's an ideology. Because the fastest way to control people is to convince them they are victims. That's not empowerment. That's dependency. And that's how you distract and divide Americans by race and grievance, while real power quietly concentrates in Washington. That's not how citizens in a constitutional republic talk. That's how Marxists talk. The founders warned us about tyranny, and they were very clear about where it comes from. Not from your neighbor, not from your coworker. It comes from unchecked government power. Free people don't take over their country. We defend it. We limit government so no one elected or not can rule over the rest of us with an iron fist. So when an elected official at any level of government talks about power instead of limits, about taking over instead of serving, citizens should pay attention, because words matter. They tell you how someone thinks about power, and that people who see power as something to seize will eventually try to use it that way. I spent 13 years as an American soldier fighting in 3 wars against tyranny, liberating those who were truly oppressed. And you know what? The men to my left and right came from all different colors: black, brown, red, yellow, but most of them were white. They didn't treat me like a victim. They measured me by whether I showed up, whether I did my job, and whether I had their six. They treated me like an equal. Those men weren't my oppressors. They were my brothers, my family. I escaped communism when Vietnam fell. I know what happens when governments try to convince people they are powerless and need to be liberated by the state. That's how free nations fall. The real threat to America isn't our neighbors, it's apathy, and a government that grows without limits while citizens stop pushing back. If we lose our country, it won't be because of corruption in government, but the complacency in the electorate. That's why I'm running for Congress, because Washington doesn't need more grievance politics. It needs restraint, accountability, and representatives who believe Americans aren't powerless victims, but citizens who hold the power. It's not about where you were born. It's about where your allegiance lies. I'm Nick Tran, a combat veteran and political outsider, running for Texas 8th Congressional District. I've had enough. We've all had enough. Now let's fix this together.